What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Super Mega Awesome Time. My name's Mike Schaffnit, and oh shoot, I forgot Gary's not here. Okay, Gary's not here right now. It's just me. But I figured we'd jump in and play some Hearthstone together. I'm going to tell you guys how I'm playing. Hopefully this goes a lot better than the first few matches that Gary and I did versus the Hunter. For the record, we're just going to jump in here. Look at this. I know we didn't have all of the matches uploaded yet, but just for the record, I've beaten all of these guys, all right? I have officially cleared all of this. When we sat down to record this with Gary's deck and I lost horribly, I blame Gary's deck because I literally came home and one-shot all of these guys, no problem. So because I have them open, I'm actually able to jump into the arena, and we're just going to start off with the arena. Why not? It's going to cost me a little bit of gold. I've earned some gold. That's all right. We're going to use it just for you guys. So we're jumping into the arena. We're going to build a deck and see how far we can go. 150 gold. Let's do this. All right. Now, I'm most accustomed to Jaina here, mostly because she's the one that I have almost leveled up to 20. I like Valera's playstyle. Anduin's a little bit more defensive than I like to be. I'm gonna stick with Jaina and see how far she can take me. Now, all minions cost one more. Stealth or an Enrage. Mana Wraith might not be the best minion. I'm gonna go with my stealth card. We'll go with that one. Not the best one probably for Jaina, but that's alright. Mana Addict, Spell Power +1, and a Battle Cry of draw a card. That's a decent. This Azir Drake is a pretty decent one. This Mana Addict one is really nice too. Especially if I build enough spells. However, I think I like the drawing card and spell power, so I'm going to go with your Azir Drake on this one. Now, once again, whenever I cast a spell, I'm going to gain 1 attack, so that's kind of like the Mana Addict. But you know what? We need some spells in here. I'm a mage. We're going to pick Cone of Cold. Next up here, Light Warden, whenever a character is healed. Well, I don't plan on basing my deck around heals. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to all minions. That's a pretty decent one for a mage. Arcane Missiles, a good mage spell right there, as well as a Frostbolt. I don't have a Frostbolt yet. Whenever you play a card, gain 1/1. I think what we're going to do is go with Arcane Missiles here. Definitely want to grab this Polymorph here. As that is such a pivotal card for a mage in order to nuke down a high-value target with their passive. Ice Lance is a great card if you've got a freeze to follow up with it. So I could take my Ice Lance and hope that I get a Frost or a Water Elemental. I could take a Healer right here. I think right now I'm sitting on 3 spells and 3. I need to get a little bit of some minions in here, so I'm going to try and focus on minions. There's that Water Elemental that I needed. I did not take Ice Lance though. I might wish I had Ice Lance later. If you control a secret at the end of your turn, gain +2/+2. That's a great card to have. I just don't have a secret card yet, and since I'm randomly drawing, it might not end up the best in my favor to bank on getting that so that I can have a 5/5 card. But pretty cheap for Mana Crystal. Give your opponent a Mana Crystal for the Ancient Golem. That seems somewhat counterproductive. Give an adjacent minion spell power +1. Definitely going to go with that one. Now I can buff up my spell power as quickly as possible to deal some significant damage later in the game. I typically would go with this Dalaran Mage, but I've recently figured that having a Flame Strike in your arsenal at later games if you get overwhelmed is just absolutely crucial. And looks like I've got another Geomancer here that I can throw out to get a little bit of spell power. Here we go. 3 spells. I've already got an Arcane Missiles. I've got Arcane Explosion. That would be nice. Or I could go with my Ice Lance. I'm going to go with Arcane Explosion. I like the ability to AoE down more than a single target nuke. It's just kind of my play style. And maybe I'll come across a another Ice Lance later. Youthful Brewmaster is a pretty good one there. If it means that I can return a high value target for such a low mana cost. I really want this Archmage though. Again, for the plus spell power, all kind of increasing my mana. You know what? I don't have as many high value cards. I'm going to go with the Mage. Out of these guys, having a Wind Fury card is always nice, and another card that summons a 1/1, or a 2/1 actually. Or I could just take the Cleric to buff all of my others. Here's Blizzard. Here's a nice AoE freeze spell. It was much better than just using my Water Elemental. Give another random friendly minion +1 health. I would never want to do that. So, we're going to go with Blizzard. Again, another awesome one. My spells cost 1 less. That's a great buff card for me since I'm kind of building a heavy spell deck here. Another Ice Lance, which is a good raid leader to have. I probably would take it if I hadn't been waiting on an Ice Lance. So I'm going to pick up Ice Lance here. I do need to be careful. Here's my secret card that I can grab. I do need to be a little bit careful that I don't build too spell heavy. I'm already up to 18 cards. Gain attack equal to the attack of your weapon. Well, I don't have any weapon cards, so that's absolutely useless. Dealing 2 damage right off the bat. This is a decent nuke card to bring down, but for a cost of 5, I don't know if it's truly worth it. Whereas if I have my Mirror Entity card, it's a nice trap. It's always nice to have a couple secret cards. So I'm just going to grab one of them just to have it. I got a Vaporize as well. But here's that Ethereal Arcanist that I was talking about that I kind of wanted that secret card for. So let's pick him up while we're here. Now here's a decent pick between having a Taunt card and having a Wind Fury. The Wind Fury is always nice, plus an Enrage. I think I'm going to go with the Raging Worgen. I don't have any heals to keep him up, so it's gonna hurt me a little bit. We'll go with Lord of the Arena here, just for a good tanky card. A decent, another good secret to gain 8 armor here, but again, I want to make sure. Right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got a decent amount of low-level cards. I could take the risk for the extra taunt just to have it. But I wish I had lower taunt value cards anyway. Just for the sake that I don't have a lot of taunts, let's go ahead and take him as well. Alright, next up, Mirror Entity. I don't want to do too many secret cards. I don't think you can play multiple secrets at once, so let us take the Chillwind Yeti. Has charge while you have a weapon equipped. Well, I don't have a weapon yet, so that's completely useless. Whenever you cast a spell, gain 1 attack. You know what? Since it's only got 1 mana crystal, that could end up being very useful down the road. So we'll grab one of those. We'll grab another Frostbolt just in case. Another Flame Strike opportunity here, but our Magma Rager, which has a lot of attack for such a low mana cost. Do I go with double Flame Strike? Such a tough decision. I know I've always liked having it. It's always nice whenever you get kind of up against the wall and you haven't drawn anything. I'm going to go with that. It's always better to have 4 to everyone than just 5 to a single target. Again, I don't have a weapon, so completely useless to me. Always nice to be able to draw cards. But with not much health, that's pretty much all he is just a card draw. Where am I sitting at Ice Lance? I've only got 1 Ice Lance. It's alright, we're going to take a Water Elemental to begin with. Oh, here's another Ice Lance if I want it. A good Stormwind champion to buff all of my other minions if necessary. With 6/6, that's not also a bad card to have. Keep him up for a decent amount. But we're gonna go with Stormpike Commando, just for some quick burst if needed. The next secret card you play this turn costs 0. That's again another decent card, especially because I've got more secret cards that I want. Where am I at with Blizzard? I've got 1 Blizzard. 1 Blizzard, I think, should be fine. This is my last card to pick, so we're gonna go. We're gonna go with the Mage. I've gone way more spell heavy than I ever have with my decks before, so let's go ahead and go with the Mage. Here's my arena deck. Let's see how many matches I can go.